We're recording this on Tuesday before NXT. I'm sure we'll talk about Joe Hendry at some point. I'm sure you want Joe Hendry to win the Rumble and go on WrestleMania. How do you want to start the show after 3 weeks off? We've missed so much. So much has happened. Up is down, left is right. Shane McMahon owns AEW.
Does he?
No.
Why are you saying that?
But I did meet with him privately in an airport to talk about wrestling in general, and he was like, "Who are you? How did you get my phone number?" And then Mercedes Mone took a photo, and the rest is history. No, we've missed a lot. We just passed SummerSlam. All In's on the horizon. It's going to be a better show anyway than SummerSlam, I think. No, you really enjoyed SummerSlam, did you?
I mean, listen, I stayed up for all of it. I've never done that for an AEW show.
You stayed up for all of it, but you complained like about from halfway on, like, "Oh, I gotta go to bed. Can I watch this upstairs? We have Peacock upstairs."
Well, the only time I got annoyed though was when listen, I understand Cody's big about the story and he loves to involve his dog and all these things, but just get to the fucking ring, bro. That's the only time I got mad. Was he was dragging it out from his Solo was already in the ring and he was out in the bus. Then he walked by and talked to Arn.
Yeah,
and
Arn Anderson.
Then he starts walking again and he's putting on his mask. And then he's saying hi to every single fucking person coming down the ramp. Bro, I gotta go sleep. What is going on?
And it's funny you bring that up about the dog and Cody and everything, because here's the one thing I keep seeing pop up. And now, we're here. Roman's back. Mm-hmm. Roman Reigns has returned. The OTC himself. The over-the-counter champion.
Yeah, I watched 5 hours of wrestling for 2 minutes. Just for those 2 minutes. And it was great. It was amazing. It was worth the 5 hours.
I mean, and that match to me, the Solo Cody match was not great. I mean, it was.
I don't find Solo wrestles well.
It was just a bunch of power spots, and I didn't get the finish. I didn't get the finish. I didn't get the finish. Here comes the schmaz of the Bloodline rules, all that stuff. But look, everybody saw that match. You don't need their opinion on the match. Here's my thing: Roman's back now as a babyface, as the top babyface. How does this affect Cody? Does Cody?
I was thinking this in the shower. Right.
Just before the show?
Just before the show.
We like to shower right before the show, so we smell good for you, the audience, that can't smell us. Anyway.
I also just like to shower.
Okay, so what were you thinking about in the shower?
So I was just thinking this, Cody's kind of like the B story to this now, right? It's like the Bloodline story, but Cody's he's like the footnote in it.
Well, I don't know if he's the footnote.
But more like he's like the side character. It's like Deadpool and Wolverine, but they're like, is he like the Deadpool, the Wolverine? I don't know. But
we go see Deadpool and Wolverine. All of a sudden, you're just like, let me throw this into the podcast. What are you doing for SEO value? What are you doing? Okay.
I really like that movie though.
Okay, go ahead.
Right? It's Wolverine was still critical to the the whole thing. We're all excited to see him, kind of like Cody, but Deadpool's the star of the show, right? Yeah. That's kind of how it is with him and this storyline with the Bloodline, because I was just waiting for Roman, and Cody hasn't been gone.
Everybody's been waiting for Roman.
There's been the build up, and I'm like, ooh, absence make the heart grow fonder. I was like, ooh, I really like seeing Roman, throwing a punch and doing a spear. That was great, right? He was that's all he did, and I thought it was better than anything that Cody did in the ring. It was great. So, not that I'm a huge Roman fan. I still love my Cody.
But this is a funny thing, because I fully expect you to come on here and be like, no, Cody's still number one in our hearts and in our minds and on TV. You're like, nope, that guy's done.
I was cursing him out because he took too long to get to the fucking ring.
What a turn. Cody's the whole reason you got into wrestling. One of the things we talk about the most on this podcast, because he's one of the top guys in the business, and all of a sudden you've turned on him because he had a long entrance at SummerSlam.
Listen, I'm all about efficiency, if nothing else. Okay, that's the admin in me. Get things done quick.
His dog getting older, he can't travel. He wanted to do a quick tribute. Arn Anderson showed up. Luckily, he didn't pull a fake gun out of his pocket like he's prone to do.
But he does this. I get all of this for when he won the title, but you have the title now. Stop it. Just be the champion now.
He's still the guy though.
But I don't need all this background, all this emotional attachment to the whole thing. We did that with.
You don't want to be emotionally invested in his character?
I do, but not because of your dog.
It just adds elements and layers to him as a babyface. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he was like, Roman's coming back. I need something extra. Pharaoh, what's up?
Listen, he's still going to excite me. I still am going to watch him and care about his storyline.
He's not going anywhere.
But he's kind of fizzled out because the story's done, and his new story hasn't really caught anything. He's just been having match. He had a match with Logan Paul. Okay, that's okay.
AJ Styles.
That was pretty cool.
That's the better wrestling man. That's the thing. This whole, I think it was Dave Meltzer said it online. I saw it on X, Twitter. It said this was a very big storyline oriented SummerSlam. If you came to the SummerSlam looking for great wrestling matches, you really didn't get it. You got more major storyline progression moments, like Liv and Dom, like Roman's return. What else?
Even the Gunther stuff and
Finn's turn on Damian. Yeah, Gunther, getting the title. It's just really just set up okay, the first half of the year is over. Now we're going to the second half of the year, which is going to set the table for Royal Rumble and Mania season. So, but that's the thing now. That's one of the things. Where does Cody go from here? Roman's going to be on SmackDown Friday. We're recording this on Tuesday before NXT. I'm sure we'll talk about Joe Hendry at some point. I'm sure you want Joe Hendry to win the Rumble and go on WrestleMania. That's probably not going to happen. Don't get too excited about that. Yeah, I shouldn't even brought that up. Now you're going to be mentioning that every week.
I'm going to write a letter to Triple H. Here's what you should do.
You really think Joe Hendry's going to win the Rumble? Don't screw with me on this. I believe in him. Oh, that's how we do the sound check. But where does Cody go from here? Because I feel I thought Randy was next for Cody. I thought that Roman's going to come back. We're going to have this Bloodline Civil War. That was going to kind of be one of the A stories on SmackDown. And the other A-B story was going to be Cody and Randy. They've decided to go back to King of the Ring and move Randy over to I'm going to say Walter. Wow. Move Randy over to Gunther.
That's pretty cool, though. For
the world title. And it makes sense. It's great logic. It's great storytelling. But it leaves Cody with nothing.
Because now isn't the storyline he's not sure because he'll probably go up to Roman and be like, "Hey, you need me to take them down with you. These people."
You think they're going to team up?
Yeah, why isn't? Yeah.
You think Cody and Roman are going to team
up? They give himself like a half acknowledgement, and okay, and I didn't do this for you, but I do this for me.
Do you think Cody's going to join the?
Cody, nothing brings people together than a common enemy. That's how society started, a common enemy.
Yeah, but you've got Jimmy Uso waiting in the wings.
It has to be a team. It has to be a team. Kind of like when they did that thing at what you call it? That thing. Remember the thing?
What thing?
Where they were in the cage and one person comes out at a time and did it with Judgment Day versus Cody and them.
Like War Games?
War Games!
Or Elimination Chamber?
No, War Games.
War Games is what they're going to do at Survivor Series. That everybody's saying it's going to be, Bloodline versus Bloodline. The Bloodline Civil War is going to spill into War Games.
But it could be like Bloodline and then original Bloodline plus Cody.
So Cody gets an Oos card a la Sami Zayn just because Roman needs some backup against the
Well, you're saying
there's
other people coming in. They might not join the OG Bloodline. They might join the Solo Sikoa Bloodline. You don't know. We don't know. But I think Cody has a place in this conversation. And so do the guys.
Yeah, but Cody's got to defend the title. This is more like a secondary character thing. If Kevin Owens joined Roman Reigns, which would never happen. I highly doubt it. Cody, I feel is now gets separated from the Bloodline storyline so that they can have their little civil war, and Cody needs to keep defending the WWE Championship.
They'll figure it out. I don't understand why you make it sound like it has to be so complicated.
It's not complicated, but I don't see who's a leftover heel on SmackDown for him with the Bloodline being the main heels. Logan Paul's a part-timer. He already did that. AJ Styles is allegedly coming back this week, but he already did that. Brock Lesnar's out in the ether, but Cody already feuded with him a while back and had 3 matches. And so it's I feel and a lot of people say this, are they kind of leaving Cody hanging out to dry? Unless, like you said, he's inserted into he's kept in this Bloodline storyline, but then where does that leave the title? Is he having tag matches and
Well, Solo still wants the title. He said he wants to bring all the titles back to the Bloodline, so maybe they have, I don't know. This isn't what I do. I told you, I'm always just along for the ride.
I thought you might have some ideas.
I don't have any idea. I told you my idea, and you said you shit on it. So whatever.
Joe Hendry winning the Royal Rumble?
No, I said Cody will just be involved in the Bloodline feud.
I said I don't see that happening, but it could happen. I didn't say it's not. I didn't tell you no, that's not gonna. I'm not fucking Triple H. But no, that's the toss up for me. That's where I'm I don't know where they're going with this.
Yeah, but I like what happened.
Yeah,
and I'm waiting to see. I'm captivated.
It's still a good storyline.
I'm not happy with the storyline with Liv and Rhea.
Why?
Why they gotta be kissing on each other all the time?
Oh my God! It's television. You watch other things where people kiss. You don't watch any television shows or movies where people are kissing on each other.
But not all the time.
Don't you watch Bridgerton?
Okay, but they kiss in a loving way. This is this is gross.
There's no love here. It's all lust. It's just chicken
you
tenders
and I don't walk around down the street and I'm like.
We should start doing that.
No, that's
really gross out the local people.
I leave that kind of stuff for behind closed doors where Jesus can't see you.
Oh my God. I mean, I'll agree with you on like the faux mounting, like oh no, I fell on top of you, like. But I feel like now they've solidified. Now they're a couple. They're together. He dumped Rhea. He was like, "See you, Scorpion Belly. I'm with Blondie over here," and so that and we're still in the Judgment Day. I thought everybody was like, "Oh, that's the end of the Judgment Day." Nope, version 3. Like they just kind of reconsolidated, and Finn's not the leader. Okay, but Damian and Rhea are out, so.
That was a good story, though. I can't wait to see where it goes.
Not as good as Mariah and Toni.
Much better.
What? Mariah and Toni's much better? Yes,
no,
I agree.
It isn't.
What?
No, it isn't.
She made her bleed with a shoe.
Blood doesn't captivate. If anything, it gags me.
She turned on her after like a year.
And we all expected it to come.
Yeah, well, everybody expected, Dom to pull the swerve and turn on Rhea.
Listen, I don't care
Just
about
good story.
Toni and Mariah.
Oh, God.
You can't pay me to care.
Do you care about MJF and Will Ospreay?
No, I care about MJF and Britt Baker.
I
want to see that.
You want to see that match?
I want more info about that. Like AEW, if you want to captivate me,
it's the backstage stuff for you. Like
make this a work.
The rumor. That's the funniest thing. If it is a work, like, does Adam Cole come back and unite with Britt when allegedly they've broken up in real life? Like, that whole situation. I don't want to talk about it because it doesn't make any sense to me. Like,
You want to hear what I heard?
What'd you hear?
What I read?
What'd you read on the old dirt sheets?
On the internet?
What'd you read?
I read that the issue was the reason why MJF didn't get suspended and Britt Baker did is because Britt Baker did say something and his girlfriend said something to MJF about like how she was dogging him and Ospreay or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, because they gave him an hour.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give context.
Yeah. So she was dogging MJF and Ospreay, and she went back and said it, and he confronted her. The second part to this story, apparently, and why he entered the women's locker room.
I heard he knocked first.
I did hear he knocked. I heard he did not barge in and like bust a wall, but he entered a women's locker room with permission. Was because then Britt Baker started giving the girlfriend shit and saying, "I'm going to get you kicked out of this locker room because what we say here stays here. You should be going snitching." Which I'm sorry, I'm all for like, female community and not like what stays here, what says here stays here. But like, not if you're talking about my man, like. If you're talking about my man, I'm going to tell my man. Like, I don't understand what you don't understand about pillow talk. Like, if I'm going, like, just also have the wherewithal to not talk shit in front of someone who might go back and say it. Like, Britt Baker doesn't, like, that's why DMDs are not respected doctors, because they're not that bright.
Well, hope you never go back to the dentist. Here's the thing with that. If she was just complaining about the time they got, an hour match on TV, which was a fantastic match, by the way, and set up the rematch for All In, and it's turned into a great story. Why would you go tell him that? Like I don't understand why that's a big thing. Like, probably like, it's an hour, like takes away time from other talent. Like a simple frustration. She didn't like comment on him or that. Like, I don't know what was said, but it just seems like if all she was doing was commenting on the length of time they were given for the match. Okay, the rating was gigantic. The next week, Blood and Guts rating was gigantic. When you have,
well, then maybe she shouldn't have said anything. Like, maybe
she's always been a shit stir. All the rumors about her, she's always been a shit stir.
That's what I heard. I heard Thunder Rosa.
Thunder Rosa stuff.
I heard that from you.
Yeah, you heard that from me because I've been watching since the beginning. I don't understand it. I mean, she has a main event level storyline in terms of the women's division with Mercedes going into All In. This doesn't affect her. She came back after how much time off and got thrown into a top storyline for a championship with the highest paid woman in the company.
Then maybe she shouldn't bitch.
Exactly. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand
her
mindset.
What issue you got with it?
MJF and Will Ospreay going an hour doesn't affect her spot. At all. So it's like, what are you doing? Like I don't understand this need. She just must be that type of person that just has to comment on things or just trying to make people laugh. Like I don't know what she was trying to do, but it's like.
But this is the shit that interests me. So keep it coming, AEW. I love.
Did you interested in the Shane McMahon stuff?
Why? What? That didn't sound like interesting. Nobody was fighting.
No, I'm just saying that's like the backstage, like.
Yeah, but that's not fighting. I don't care. Until Shane McMahon shows up on my TV, I don't care what's going on in the background.
But that's the thing that sucks is like it's between, a woman and a man. So you're not gonna see MJF versus Britt Baker anytime soon on TV.
Or do one of those intergender matches.
They don't do that. And they don't
do the mixed tag team. Him and his girl, and then Britt Baker and the guy of her choosing.
I guess Will Ospreay maybe. I don't
know.
No,
but she's beefing with Will Ospreay. Because apparently Will Ospreay had to go and talk to her too. It's what I heard.
That's what everybody heard. Yeah, like you're the only one who heard it. It's the standard rumor. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's not the most interesting in AEW. Yes, backstage stuff is always going to come to the forefront, and especially when it's between two people who you feel like it shouldn't be between. You're like, does it make any sense?
Yeah, neither people should have a chip on their shoulder. They're very much touted stars on the show, so I don't get it.
I don't know at all.
I did hear that maybe MJ has some roid rage. That was also said in Dirt Sheets.
People are also poking fun at him for his hair replacement. Kyle Fletcher took some shots at him for that because they have a match this week, and Fletcher and Ospreay.
And they're gonna go after someone's hair. Go after Mercedes Moné's hair because whoever, like, her hairstylist is doing her dirty. Whoever puts them wigs on hates her. The woman who does your hair hates you, Mercedes. Okay, because you look a fool. It looks like you got like hair color right here, keeping it on and in place. Like there's no no.
Like Play-Doh, she got some little Play-Doh.
It looks really weird. Like it looks like, and like she brings the thing down to like blend. Like, no, it's not blended in right. Like I can tell, like it's gonna come off. Like it's bad.
But you're not really a wig expert.
But I've seen good wigs.
Okay, so visually you can
like,
pick it up.
how are you calling yourself the CEO and you get paid all that kind of money and you go and have a busted ass wigs? Come on now. Like you got money to pay for better wigs, right? Or is
all that money and she can't pay for it, and she's getting, I mean, I don't know, she's getting divorced. The ex-husband might be getting some of that money, some of that CEO money in the divorce, I assume.
Oh, maybe she's paying alimony.
I would assume he's gonna.
So AEW doesn't have budget for their star to like pay for better hair.
They have hair and makeup, but they have a whole Instagram account for the hair and makeup team where they showcase what they do for the women.
Oh, but it's so bad they don't like you.
Well, maybe somebody left and they replaced him with somebody not as good. I don't know. This isn't a hair and makeup podcast. It's a wrestling podcast. Last time I checked, which was about 3 weeks ago.
Okay, but I have hair and makeup, comments to make.
I know. Anybody else's hair and makeup you want to comment on that you don't
Willow.
like? Huh?
Willow.
What about her hair and makeup?
I just don't like it.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's circle back to we talk about stuff that we don't like. I feel like we got to be more positive sometimes.
Really?
Maybe
you think that?
Maybe I don't know. Do
Okay.
I think that?
Is that your idea?
Joe Hendry, and everybody was so mad they didn't win the title at the Slammiversary, was it? And he's been on NXT. He's not a large part of NXT, but he's been featured more in NXT. You're still in love with Joe Hendry, or not in love with him? But
I'm not in love with him. That's weird.
You skipped his concert last week or 2 weeks ago.
Wasn't I sleeping? I've been tired. I had a lot of work lately.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons we've taken a few weeks off. That and my general laziness.
Yeah, but I've been extra working.
But we're gonna see him tonight. He's gonna, like I said, we're recording this before NXT tonight. It's the Battle of the Joes. Hendry versus Coffey. Winner takes the name. The other guy has to change his name to like Albert or something.
Is that really true?
No.
What? I'd watch that one.
You'd watch that one? I still hope though. Here's the thing with somebody like Joe Hendry who's getting by kind of on a music gimmick or a song gimmick. He better have another one in the tank. I mean, he did kind of like a jokey, almost like rock-esque song poking fun at Gallus a few weeks ago. Like that was his whole like in concert thing. But I'm like, people are gonna get tired of this song eventually. So you got to start adding more layers to the character, other than say his name and he appears like that's why I'm like tentative about being a Joe Hendry.
Or add verses to it. Right now, I think it's a little too short.
He's just listing locations for most of the songs.
So there's plenty of locations. There's plenty of cities he didn't name.
What is he, Carmen San Diego? Like, what is the deal here?
They love me in Peru, in Colombia, and Venezuela.
You want him taking more Latino
There's
flavor.
other countries. Those are just the ones I thought of.
But, like, I don't know where this goes. And they're talking about some other people showing up on NXT and TNA and this talent exchange. I feel like there needs to be more of like an end game setup other than like, okay, the Rascals are here. Okay, well, are they gonna put the tag titles on them? Like Joe Hendry's here. Okay, they're not gonna put any titles on anybody that are jumping back and forth. You haven't really even watched much of the NXT crossover stuff, have you, with the Rascals and MSK, whatever they're calling themselves from week to week?
No, I mean, like I was just watching for Joe Hendry.
And you watch TNA a little bit. You still aren't happy with it. My biggest thing with TNA, and I said this on Twitter, the audio quality of the Montreal tapings was atrocious. Like, the crowd in the ring levels were too high. You couldn't hear commentary. You could hear some of the wrestlers calling spots. I could hear Kazarian calling spots in one of his matches. I'm like, TNA, you've got this great partnership, this talent trade. Granted, you're only getting no quarter catch crew and some lower level female names, but you have to tighten up your quality. How many years have you been on television as a national wrestling company, and AEW's had some audio issues too. I don't know. There needs to be some more audio people in the wrestling world. But TNA, these audio issues, like you have to come off like a polished broadcast, even though you're on Access TV, which you didn't even know was a channel. You thought it was public access for.
I thought it was. I didn't even know we had it or anything.
You're like, what's this channel?
I thought you were watching it on like Fight.
No. But it's just like you got to clean it. And still, for me, I mean, we've never really talked about TNA. I've always followed it, even though I don't watch it, but now I've been watching more. There's still not a lot for me to sink my teeth into. Like even with, like, they're not sending over big names to TNA. And I feel like NXT's getting they're getting Joe Hendry, who's like the crossover breakout star. They're getting the Rascals, who have history in NXT. They had Jordan Grace, the champion, but granted she lost. They sent some people there to lose to her. I get it, but I feel like it has to have a little more meat on the bone. It has to be leading towards something. Is it a competition, or is it just like this friendly talent exchange, like Triple H said, so people can get more reps? Like, I don't know. Has it done anything for you? Have you?
I never watched either of these two brands really that much. It wasn't until Joe Hendry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, I watched like Trick in them.
Yeah,
a little bit, but
Trick in the gang.
But like NXT doesn't have anybody that I really want to watch outside. Like I do. You said the Rascals I'd like because of their style.
Yeah, it's a more cruiserweight
but
style.
Like the women's division, aside from those two, I can't even name them. The
Roxanne Perez and who?
No, Roxanne Perez is annoying.
Okay.
I find her annoying. She's the short one, right? She's little.
She's the champ. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a little champ. She's annoying. Because also her exchange with like that bitch Lola.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Oh, that was
horrible.
Yeah, that was a one and done.
And Lola's whole thing is her little dance, which is like, I mean, first of all, women need to stop dancing, okay?
In general or in wrestling?
In wrestling, because like it seems so like male gazy kind of thing. Like there was nothing I hated more than when you told me the CEO went back to the EVPs and then do your little dance for us.
And Okada lost it. He was like, like
that to me, I didn't even watch it. And when you told me, do you want to see it? I was like, absolutely not. Do not fucking show me that shit. Because don't come and tell me you're a boss bitch and you over here doing your little dance for these guys and like thinking it's cute. Like no boss bitch is going to be like, oh yeah, let me do my little show for you. Let me no, what the fuck is that? That is so demeaning and so degrading. And like she does nothing for women. Like she is not a girl's girl, and it's disgusting. Like that whole segment, the fact that she even agreed to it was stupid.
My thing with Mercedes now is, look, she's having good matches. She's kept up her end of the bargain on being good in the ring. Yeah, the character, I still don't like it. Now she's got Camille who's come in, which I said months ago should have been that she needed a heater to kind of back her up because she's not the biggest girl, and some of the AEW women are a little thicker, more muscular, and so she's kind of like outsized. But now I feel like she needs a manager too. Like Stokely,
she needs a mouthpiece because she cannot speak for shit. Like you got on me about saying she booty on the mic. My brother said it. After hearing her on the mic, she booty on the mic.
Yeah, she's not great.
She has zero charisma.
Yeah, I think it sucks because Stokely Hathaway's with Chris Statlander right now, and I also feel that Statlander needs a mouthpiece to help her get over, especially now with her heel turn, and he's perfect for that. But I feel like Mercedes would also benefit from Stokely or somebody on that level, somebody who can talk and create heat, and so that she can just kind of like chime in. Like she's the CEO, she shouldn't need to be cutting all these promos and laying out her plans and doing all this stuff. She should just be able to have somebody else do that, and then she chimes in, says a few insults or something, and then
And that's why I think like even like the whole over the top, like with the big rings and the itty bitty outfits and all the hair, it's just to distract from the fact that she really is nothing else.
She's good in the ring. She's the match.
That's fine. I mean, character-wise, if you like, everybody's good in the ring. Why are you going to be there if you ain't good in the ring?
No, they're not. That's not true at all. I mean, AEW likes to position themselves as where the best wrestle, which I can agree with, or make an argument for.
First of all, if you're shitting in the ring, what purpose do you have there? Like,
well, exactly.
But like, as far as her character, as far as her persona, as far as her like whole aura, we'll quote unquote say, like, it's all just the look. There's nothing else, and the look isn't even that good.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna have a personality, get your hair right.
And that's the thing. I feel like there's not. I mean, Willow's a true baby face, but it's funny. Like Britt Baker's never been a true baby face. She's always kind of walked that line and almost been better off as a heel. And now for her to come in and have to be the baby face, it's just because she's returning. I mean, if she beats Mercedes at All In, which I don't see happening, maybe it will. I mean, I think after that she's got to go back to being a heel. I think that's just where she's better at. I mean, clearly backstage she's a heel.
As long as she gives me more like dirt sheet shit to read, I don't care.
You want her to keep running her mouth and picking fights and getting suspended. She got suspended for a whole week.
I heard it was 2 weeks.
It happened. Then she came in the next week. They had the disciplinary thing. They suspended her, so she was suspended for last week. Now she'll be back. That was the whole thing. I don't know. Who knows? I can find out if I wanted to. I don't care that much. Like it's just like it's over and done with. It doesn't affect the TV product at all. I doubt she'll mention it and give a little like wink, wink, like sometimes wrestlers like to do. I doubt that'll happen.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Subscribe.
You forgot how to talk.
Like the video. Leave a comment. Tell us what you think about what's going on in WWE, about what's going on in Real Housewives. Let us know your opinion. We like to respond to our comments. So we will not be back next week because we got a little summer vacation planned.
Oh, yeah, we do.
So we're definitely not going to be here next week, but we'll come back in 2 weeks. We'll try not to take these long breaks again. Thank you for watching Your Mean to Me podcast. Chris Robinson.
Toni Robinson.
We should have done it at the beginning. We didn't. Say goodbye, Toni.
Bye, Toni. Love, love, love.